Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, going to have some Division 20 online ranked gameplay from last season using Dominick Cruz in the bantamweight division. Now, he's widely regarded as the bantamweight GOAT. Now, obviously, he's going to be fighting Cheeto in the main event, and that's going to be a huge fight. I mean, looking at both guys' last fights, Cheeto against Rob Font was an absolutely phenomenal performance, although Rob Font was putting out this higher volume. Yeah, he got pieced up. I mean, Cheeto looked unreal. And then Dominick Cruz's last performance against Pedro Munoz, he got rocked real bad twice in the first round and then recovered and won the next two, so ended up winning a decision victory. And it was a hard-fought decision victory considering that how bad Dominick Cruz was hurt. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. Personally, I'll be rooting for Cheeto. But yeah, looking forward to seeing that fight play out, and on screen you'll be having Dominick Cruz versus Jose Aldo. But quickly before we get into the actual breakdown and speak about the fight that is on screen right now, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the support. Reached 340 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy considering over the last 10 to 12 days I haven't really been able to upload. I streamed a couple days ago, but I had to get out of the country and go to France for a family emergency, and then upon arrival I had the Travis Scott concert in London. I actually picked up food poisoning from going out to eat, so I've been feeling real rough for a couple of days, which is why I hadn't got around to recording the video. Starting to feel better now, so doing the voiceover for this video, just waiting on the thumbnail, and once I get that sorted, will be uploading this video. So yeah, just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that subscribing, liking the content, interacting, coming onto the streams, playing me on streams. It really does mean a lot, and I appreciate all you guys. So hopefully I can get back to that twice a week upload schedule and continue to make content that you guys enjoy. So cutting into the gameplay, you can see that I got the takedown off catching the roundhouse to the body, and now that's one thing that is very important. I always talk about utilizing the catching of the kicks when using grapplers, even when strikers, because you can take them down and just do that little stamina dump, or you can just utilize the clinch from the cage wall. Because what I do is I like to catch those kicks, circle my opponent to the cage, and depending on the distance, sometimes you don't always reach the cage, or if your opponent goes for a knee, but get them to as close as the cage as possible if you can't get them directly onto it. And when you disengage, you can either look to shoot a takedown straight away, regain control of the center of the octagon, or what I personally like to do is I wait for my opponent to sway left or right, throw a leg kick, stop the animation, and then shoot for a takedown. Power takedown, often not you end up getting it, especially when you're using high level wrestlers such as Daniel Cormier, Habib, Dominick Cruz. Anyone that's got elite level wrestling will be able to do it. But yeah, that's a personal favourite tactic of mine. Obviously I'm a big grappler, and I feel like that's something that I don't see enough grapplers utilise effectively. Now you can see that Aldo's on his back here, managed to reverse the position, and I had to get him in full guard for a while, and then we reversed using the half guard sweep. And when I was on top, I did feel in control. I didn't feel like there was too much threat off this Jose Aldo's player's back. I had lost to this opponent before, so I had to show that respect part of the gameplay, because if this guy's managed to beat me before, he definitely could beat me again. So I was definitely being very wary and definitely prioritising leg health event, because Aldo's leg kicks are phenomenal. Being very cautious when it comes to the uppercuts, because I can see that Aldo is definitely trying to land one of those. And when I rip into the body, you see that beautiful fake there where faked the lead body hook, moved back instantly because I was expecting the uppercut, and Aldo ended up with a big miss there, and now starting to utilise the spinning elbows. And that's something that I saw a lot of at the end of last season and the beginning of this season. It's continued throughout this season, to be honest, is players really looking to utilise the spinning elbows and the spinning back fist, because it absolutely just melts your block. It's very annoying to deal with. I mean, someone doing it once or twice, I'm going to be honest, doesn't really bother me. It's creative, it's smart. If you're using someone like Tony Ferguson, John Jones, Brian Ortega, people that, Petr Yan, people that utilise this in real life, I just think it's quite symbolic and very, respectable. But when you're constantly spamming it looking like a helicopter, that's when, I have to kind of pull the plug and say, look, you're just trying to cheese and melt through that block. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of players are resorting to now. I feel like with certain players getting popular on the game right now through, cheesing, it's only showing these newer players what to do and how to, rank up real fast. So players are going to pick up on those habits and look to exploit them. And unfortunately, UFC fans and MMA fans as a whole, and I meant UFC fans and UFC the game fans, have to deal with players that are just gonna look to exploit and look to win when they probably really just want sim-like matchups, which is how I try to fight. All of my fights is really look to utilize the strengths of the fighter I'm using. I just feel like that's the best way to play the game, but each to their own. You can see here that in this round I've had a lot less success in terms of takedown percentage. I mean, he's denied 2 takedowns, I believe, and you see that my stamina level shot down, and it's something that I've got to be very, very cautious of, because those body shots from Aldo are going to tend to do a lot of damage. If my stamina's already not in a good enough position, it's only going to weaken my recovery time. So it's something that, as of this moment here, I started to pick up on, and I was very, very cautious of. Leg kick wise, doing a very good job. Aldo really hasn't, you know, stung me with too many leg kicks, been very cautious for it. Definitely gone for teeps to the body and front kicks to the head, which is something that I've definitely also become very wary of. This spinning kick to the body's done a number on my body health. It's landed a couple times, and it's something that I've just recently learned to sway with properly, like moving left and right with the left and right stick. And maybe that's a video I'm going to make in the future, is that how important those little side steps are, because I saw the elite level players do it before, but I never really comprehended how to do it effectively. And it's something that once you filter that into your game, it really, really does, take your skill to the very next level. It allows you to just, those slight little touches to get away and evade punches and still be in the pocket to connect and just make your opponent miss. And you see here, this was an absolutely beautiful combination, just completely tore through there, done a lot of damage, ended up dropping Aldo. You can see raining down bombs here, seeing if I can get the finish, and then end up getting into half guard because I didn't feel like the finish was there. From here, just going to look to do some good work, position over submission, position over damage. I've already got the knockdown, so the round is already secured unless it gets back onto the feet and Aldo manages to knock me down as well. So right now, definitely going to look to drain the gas tank of Aldo, really grind and wear him out. You can see the transition denials are starting to kick in here, get into the crucifix, and it's just about wearing Aldo down here. Like I said, the round's already won. Last round was a bit, too close. First round was definitely mine. So you can look at this being, 2 rounds up, maybe even 3. So there's no real need to push for a finish unless the opportunity presents itself. But right now you can see a lot of damage being done, tearing through the block. Stamina's definitely hindered because I keep denying these transitions. Good denier there from Aldo, not letting me get the back. Eventually he gets back into this position here, and I believe I just walk him straight back down. And it's just little transitions like this that are just going to fatigue the fighter, really drain that gas tank and push onto the cage here. From the cage, I believe I tried to get another takedown, and just a good job from Aldo in denying it, showing that takedown defense. But I know right now that Aldo's chin health isn't in the greatest position. Land a nice little leg kick there. Teep into the takedown. Very, very good movement there. And that's where I definitely should have utilised the leg kick to stop the animation of swaying and then look to get another takedown. Because on the feet right now, I'm feeling confident, but where Aldo really does have a lot of power. And, I don't really want to chance it, getting caught with a big shot and then potentially getting finished. And you can see there, he's intercepting me very well as I step into the pocket. Good little utilisation of the elbow there. Beautiful uppercut landing. And right now Aldo's putting a lot of pressure onto me just because I had a very, very good round so far. Got the knockdown and the uppercut breaks through the block there. I allow him to get up because I didn't want to jump. I already knew that Aldo was going to look to throw that up kick and I didn't want to get caught. And right now just cracking Aldo with pretty much every shot. So I know that Aldo's head health is in a dire position, so I can definitely look to exploit this by throwing the longer combinations, the 3-4 punch combos, break through that block, and then the 3rd or 4th punch should be enough in theory to get Aldo down. And you can see that I'm trying to use that strange kick, that like Rob Whittaker kick. I was trying to use that to knock out Aldo, but my opponent was definitely wise to it. Tried to land the question mark kick, left himself with no stamina, and I threw that up kick straight down the middle because it's not something that I throw too often. And then it landed sweetly and ended up getting a knockdown. So 2 knockdowns that round, and a very good round overall, especially when you factor in the control time. Judges could easily score that at 10-8 potentially. I don't know with how they throw out 10-8 rounds. And the stamina for Aldo right now is the main weakness here. The chin health's obviously not in a good position. Land good knees to the body there, roundhouse to the body. And this is one thing that I feel like I do very well, is that once I hurt one part and one aspect of the body from a fighter, I really don't tend to just specifically start hunting that part. I let the combinations flow and I start damaging other parts. For instance, I know that the body of Aldo is weak, not as weak as his chin, so I'm going to start to utilise that as he blocks high. And then I'll also attack the legs where possible. I've got to be careful with the fact that Aldo's got the still checks perk, because if I start getting my kicks checked, it's going to do a lot of damage to myself. It's going to be very counterproductive. And you can see that right now it's just the process of Aldo fading. Doesn't have the stamina to get this fight to completion. Catches the kick there, but can't do anything with it. Could have gone for a takedown, which would have given me a slight stamina dump. And you can just see that, you know, Aldo's just not got the answers, getting rocked left, right and centre now. And I'm going very pressure heavy. I know that my opponent doesn't have too much to offer back. You see I'm stepping out of range where possible. That sidestep really saved Aldo there from a beautiful knockout that would have been, because Aldo definitely didn't have the stamina to recover from a shot like this. And this is where, you know, I was saying that Aldo's always going to be dangerous, is that even after all of that success, Aldo had the slimmest bit of stamina, hit an uppercut and instantly got a rock. And that's what happens when you get a bit predictable. I was going to the body a bit too much. Aldo registered this, caught on, and the fight was done. So ended up getting the body knockout, which was really cool, really good finish. Obviously Aldo is normally known for those. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more UFC 4 content. Like I said, thank you for all the support. I really appreciate you guys. We'll be working on the next video shortly. Probably look at some subscribe recommendations and maybe get one of those videos out. But yeah, huge thank you to you all. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.